Hello, welcome to this Food for Thought tutorial. One of the questions that I was asked was about raised beds and planters. So I just wanted to show you this quick one here. This is a little raised bed that we've made here for this school. So this is actually sited for children. But one thing you need to bear in mind when you're doing a raised bed is working on it. I mean, this is at a height for children to work at. If I was a 6-foot giant, you know, bending down to work on this would be a bit difficult for me. So make it to a height that you're going to be comfortable, and remember, you need to be able to walk around it. You know, you don't need to make it too big that you're not going to be able to get both sides. This is an ideal size for the children because somebody can work on that side and somebody can work on this side. These, I'll just show you, these are just what I got from an old plumber friend of mine that he was going to throw away, and they're ideal for just keeping the net on. You could use canes, but I'd advise you, if you're going to use a cane, put a plant pot or an old drinks can on top, just to stop people poking their eyes out when they're bending down. But yeah, these are here. These were raised so that I could put something onto these to do it. But I'd advise that you put a net on, especially inside this polytunnel, because it does get very sunny and warm inside it. So it keeps the heat in, but it stops the seedlings from getting scorched. There's also a very friendly cat that comes in here who likes to fertilise the soil, so this net just keeps it off. And these keep the net from crushing the seedlings. So I'll move on to another raised bed, if I may, and talk to you a little bit about that one. This is a higher bed. I mentioned earlier that the height of the bed is more important than anything else, because you're looking at saving your back. This is for older children, but it's at a nice height that I can work at it. So that's one thing you've got to look at. This was positioned outside in this place here because of the proximity to where our water tank is. We've got a drain pipe down there with a water butt connected to it, so we've got a good supply of water for watering. The last thing you want to do is to have to walk half a mile to keep your plants watered. Again, the net is important. I've got my reclaimed pipes from the plumber there. Salvaged them from a landfill site, really. But the net is important, and you can use this net over and over again. A good net will last you for years. This is to keep pests, diseases out of the bed. But again, if you're going to be using stakes, please always cover them up with something, because it is so easy to just poke your eye out with them, and we like to keep safety first. Also, stops the birds from going in there and eating your produce. So I'll just move on to another bed, if I may show you again. This is a raised bed that is at a more comfortable height, but the only problem is it's too wide. So in order to get to work on your bed, it means having to climb up onto it, which means you're going to be climbing over vegetables. So where I was saying make it a comfortable size to work on, I can understand why this was made so big. It was so that they could get more produce in, you know, to maximise the area. But you've got to think about working the bed. You know, this isn't ideal. Somebody from that side could work it, somebody from this side, but you still are going to have a larger area in the middle that you cannot work. So just bear that in mind. I'll just show you another bed here. This is a raised bed. This is a very raised bed. We've got drainage holes in here for it, just so that it doesn't fill with water and them seedlings are lying in water. But this was designed and made for an elderly gentleman who's wheelchair bound. So it's at a good height for him in his wheelchair, and he can work all round the whole thing. But it's been raised up so that, like I say, he can work comfortable sitting in his wheelchair. We're going to put a partition in so that we'll have soil on one side and then the other side he can use for his seedlings. You know, we've put this lid on so he can actually close it if need be. But thank you for watching, and I'm ready to take any questions asked.